My younger sister always wanted to grow up faster than everyone else. She was only 14, but because of social media, she was obsessed with looking and acting like an adult. She wore makeup, dressed much older than her age, and constantly wanted to be included in the things adults did. She especially loved the idea of staying out late and doing whatever she wanted without anyone telling her no. I tried warning her that looking older doesn't mean you're actually ready for the world. Unfortunately, she didn't listen. One day, I even caught her recreating a suggestive social media video in her bedroom. My parents grounded her and took away her phone for a month. But instead of changing her behavior, it seemed to make her even more determined to prove she was grown up. Then we discovered she was talking to someone online. A notification appeared on her phone from a man whose contact name suggested a sugar daddy. I immediately asked her who he was. She claimed he was her boyfriend from school. When I asked his age, she said he was 17. She got angry when I asked more questions and told me to leave her alone. For a while, I decided to believe her. I thought maybe this guy was actually her age and perhaps he was helping her make better choices. I couldn't have been more wrong. A few days later, I happened to see the same guy at a bar near my college. I recognized him immediately. I walked over and said, "Aren't you a little young to be drinking here?" He looked at me strangely. Then he said, "Too young? I'm 22. I froze. 22. My little sister was 14. I immediately grabbed the beer from his hand and poured it over his head. He jumped up, furious, asking what I'd done that for. I told him exactly who I was and accused him of dating my underage sister. But then his expression completely changed. He looked confused. He pulled out his phone and showed me their Tinder conversation. He scrolled all the way back to their first messages. And there it was. My sister had told him twice that she was 18. She had even shown him an ID that appeared to say she was 18. The guy said he genuinely believed her. He told me he had absolutely no idea she was only 14. Suddenly, I felt embarrassed. I had been ready to blame him for everything, but my sister had deliberately lied about her age. I told him to block her and stay away from her. Then I went home and woke up my parents. We confronted my sister. When my parents checked her account, they discovered that she had been talking to strangers and sending inappropriate messages and pictures. She broke down crying. She kept saying she was sorry and insisting that she hadn't actually done anything seriously wrong yet. But my parents realized that this had gone far beyond simply wanting to look older. She was making adult decisions without understanding the consequences. So they decided to teach her a lesson she would never forget. My sister constantly said she wanted to be treated like an adult. So my parents finally said, "Okay, then we're going to treat you like one." She wanted independence. She got a part-time job. She wanted to be responsible for herself. She had to start paying for her own phone, clothes, and food. And she even had to contribute toward the household expenses. At first, she thought they were joking. Then the first bill arrived. She didn't have enough money to pay her share. So instead, she spent the entire weekend cleaning the house from top to bottom. For the first time, she began realizing something important. Being an adult isn't just wearing makeup, staying out late, or pretending you're older online. It's having responsibilities. It's working when you don't feel like working. It's budgeting your money. It's giving up things you want because you have bills to pay. And it's accepting the consequences of your decisions. The next month, she started taking her job seriously. She began saving money. She started budgeting. She worked harder, but she also became frustrated. She complained that she barely had time to hang out with friends anymore. I told her, "Welcome to adulthood," because that's exactly what she had been asking for. Over the next few months, her attitude completely changed. She wasn't excited about being an adult anymore. She started missing the simple things she had taken for granted. After 4 months, she finally sat down with our entire family. She apologized. Then she said something that surprised all of us. She said, "I don't want to grow up anymore. I just want to be a kid." She admitted that she had finally learned her lesson. My parents saw that she genuinely understood what had happened, so they eventually removed the extra responsibilities. And something changed in her after that. She stopped pretending she was older. She became more careful online. She stopped lying about her age. And most importantly, she finally understood that growing up isn't about looking older. It's about becoming responsible enough to handle the consequences that come with adulthood. Sometimes the best lesson isn't a lecture. Sometimes you have to let someone experience the reality of what they've been asking for. And after 4 months of living like an adult, my little sister finally realized that being a kid wasn't something to escape from. It was something worth appreciating.